Hey guys, welcome back to One Pretty Little Box. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I am doing a Motivational Monday post specifically for you. It is something that I promised to kind of share with you guys and kind of update you, but in the same sense, I want to use that to inspire you, especially as you're starting a new week. And as you see from the title below, I'm going to talk about hiccups. You know, life gives us hiccups sometimes. I don't know about you, but when I get the hiccups, they hurt. They're deep and they're sudden, and it's like they take my breath away, obviously. But they're not dainty by any means. Usually if I get the hiccups, they're pretty beast. But it's not often. I'm going to lower you guys a little bit. Sorry. Oh, now I don't feel like you're so far away. I do have some notes because I did look up hiccups and I wanted to, find out what happens when you get the hiccups. What is it that causes it? And then I'm going to relate that to life in general. And it says hiccups are involuntary contractions of the diaphragm muscle. Most often they're caused by external irritations and rarely are a cause for concern. Most often, they have no clear reason for occurring. It's funny because, we could be going along and everything is going so great in our life, and then all of a sudden, it's like you are slammed into a wall. Sometimes it only hits us once every couple years. Sometimes it hits us pretty often. And I have found that when it hits me, it comes in series. And that's kind of what I've been going through. Sorry, I'm just going to get a little cozy here. A couple posts back, I talked about depression and anxiety and things that I was dealing with, but that was just the beginning for us. A couple weeks ago, my husband lost his job. Without going into details for his own privacy, I will just tell you that he was with his company for 24 years, and all of a sudden now he's not. So thankfully, that was on a Monday. Thankfully, by Wednesday, he had already acquired a job and just had to go through the procedures to actually start. So it's like it flowed. And honestly, when we looked into the whole situation, we both realized it was just inevitable. It was bound to happen. And for good reason. He wasn't very happy for a long time at his job, for various reasons. And I had been prompting him that it was time maybe to let go and go find something new. You guys know I'm all about change, and as hard as it is, sometimes it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. He does not like change. He is very set in a solid routine, I guess you could say. He doesn't like change. And when we moved, that was the biggest change in his entire life. Besides getting married and having kids and those little steps, moving was a big deal because he had been in the house that we lived in before from the time he was born, so he knew nothing else. And moving brought us a lot of fruitful growth in our relationship with one another and other relationships as well. And so there was positive growth in that. And I have a feeling that this is going to bring a ton of positive growth too, not only between him and I, but him and his own individual, as well as realizing that his worth and his value is greater than what it was being given a recognition for. So, as you know, when there's a change like that in the home, things kind of become very uncomfortable. You're slammed with a lot of questions, a lot of what ifs, and a lot of what nows. Even though you can see the positive aspect of it, there's a lot of irritations, I guess you could say. And thankfully, even during that, we didn't get irritated with one another. Excuse me. but I kind of shut down. And I'm still going through a little bit in my own personal career and those kind of things. And I really think that it's just a little hiccup. But found this fantastic quote, and it's by, please forgive me because I'm going to butcher this name and not intentionally, Nidhai Prakash? I don't know. It says life is an inevitable series of hiccups. So try and face it boldly, or else the repercussions will weigh you down. And that's exactly what happened. Is in the last few weeks I've just felt weighed down. Not only with that hiccup, but the hiccup in our total atmosphere. As you guys know, I live in America, and we're fixing to go into a presidential election. Not this week, but next week. And it's ugly. It's just a dirty election, and you know, it's not pretty. It kind of makes our country look like a laughing stock, and I can't stand it. But everyone I talk to outside of talking about election and presidents and that kind of stuff, everybody is feeling this sense of urgency and a sense of fear. And it has nothing to do with what they're talking about. It has nothing to do with the presidency. It has nothing to do with any kind of government leadership like that. It's economics. It's time. It's work. It's your career. It's there's a lot of stuff weighing a lot of people down. And I really think as a country, not only is my home, did we just have a big life hiccup? I think our country is having a lot of series of hiccups too. And it is just, you can just feel it in the atmosphere. And so if you are concerned, and if you've been going through this crazy thing where you're like, what the heck is going on? Why are things getting shook up? Just know that you're not alone. It is everywhere. I can tell you, I probably talk to two-thirds of the people that I work with over the last week, and everybody has just got this sense of dread. Everyone's tired. Everyone's overwhelmed. It's more overwhelmed than anything, even though nobody has really come out and said that. Everyone's always saying they're tired and they can't catch enough rest, and they are beginning to fear Christmas because of money and just all kinds of stuff. And to me, that's just a hiccup. It's a hiccup. It's a hiccup. And I'm going to give you 7 reminders to help you get through that hiccup and help you find some peace and help you regain some boldness and strength and courage. And these are things that have helped me. Especially, the first one is just breathe. Take a few minutes and just breathe. It's going to be okay. It feels uncomfortable. Yes, it feels uncomfortable. Hiccups hurt. My hiccups hurt. They're deep and they're painful. And so these things that we're all going through, they do hurt, but just breathe. They don't last long. And just like nobody's died of hiccups, you're going to be okay, I promise. My second tip is to rest, and that's exactly what I have done. We've shifted, and I kind of said the other day that my husband was on nights. It's a great time to get busy working. It's a great time to write. It's a good time to clean house and get all my duties done and that kind of stuff. But I haven't. I've just chilled. I honestly could not muster up anything to take care of what I needed to. Sure, things got done. I got done what I needed to get done. We're not living in filth. Today, though, I had a little fire up underneath me, and I've had a great day. My house is clean. I played in the kitchen a little bit, and I'm feeling regrouped and ready, and realized that was just hiccups that I just went through. And I'm so sorry. I'm not editing this. I was trying to avoid that big yawn, but I can feel like a weight is lifted off because the hiccups for the moment are gone. My third thing is to avoid overthinking and overcorrecting. Sometimes when we have a hiccup, we try to just kind of breathe it out. Sometimes when we get those hiccups in life, we try to overthink what happened and what can I do to fix it, and we try to overcorrect it. And sometimes those things aren't for us to overcorrect. Like this whole hiccup wasn't even mine, but I felt it and felt it deeply. Again, I feel it in the environment. I'm a very intuitive person, and I can usually catch people and know how they're feeling and know that something's up even before they tell me. Even if they don't tell me, I figure those things out. My fourth suggestion is to be open-minded, because you never know who's going to help you get through those hiccups. It might be somebody of a different faith. It might be somebody of a different race. It might be somebody of a different country who lives in a completely different culture, but they have a suggestion for you, and it's exactly what you need at that moment. So be open-minded. Don't shut them down just because they don't think like you. My fifth is to dig deep and find your ground in gratitude. Sit down, make you a list, do 10 things something that you're very, very thankful for, and let it come deeply from you. Deeply from you. If it brings emotion to the surface, then it's real. If it doesn't bring any kind of emotion, then it's very nonchalant. I could tell you I'm very grateful for hot tea. I've got me a cup over there of apple cinnamon, and I use a sugar-free caramel syrup in it, and it is the most delicious, delightful thing. And I am thankful for it, but it doesn't bring me emotion. To tell you that I'm very thankful for my children and the relationship that I have with them, and knowing that they are grateful for the same thing, because they tell me often. That brings emotion to the surface. It brings tears. It helps me really just feel that gratitude. You guys have got to start digging in and finding it. The sixth thing was to remember things usually work out one way or another. Don't they? Don't they? They may not work out like you think they should or you expect them to, but they always work out, and it always comes together, even if it is at the very last minute. Even if it's 2 minutes late, it always works out for the best. And usually it's better than you could have ever thought, because you finally let go and you didn't push and didn't struggle against it. And then my last tip is to find hope into tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. If you're having a tough day today, go get you some rest. Go breathe. Get a good book. Put on a good movie. Curl up with a cup of tea. Enjoy the day. Just let it be, and know that tomorrow is going to be better. It totally is going to be better. The hiccups don't last long. They don't last long. They might come back. They might come back today, but they don't last long. They don't last forever. And you're going to get that break. It's coming. I promise. Promise. I promise. Go. Write you that list of things you're grateful for. Go get you some rest and breathe. Remember that everything always works out for the best. Everything. Even when it's tough, just know someone's got your back. Oh my gosh, that was weird. Someone has your back, I promise. Alright guys. I don't know why that is doing that. I don't know if you're going to see that or if it's just my camera doing crazy things. But I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.